Okay, good morning. Welcome to another adventure. I am working again, you know, no rest for the wicked and all that. I'm having a little trip down to Oxford, working in Oxford tonight, and then while I'm there, killing two birds with one stone, gonna have a little mooch around Oxford, see what we can find. And those observant ones amongst you will notice she's back. The caddy is back. Yes, she is. So in the meantime, let's just take a look what I have been doing with the caddy, because I have been getting involved. I have been at Built By Us. Let's take a look at that. Right then, so today I'm going to Built By Us, see if we can make a bit more progress on the caddy. I do need the caddy this weekend, so it is Monday, so, and I can't take Josh and Andy away from their day-to-day work really. It's not fair, but they've been good enough to let me use the place, use the ramp, and I don't think it's that hard a thing to do, but when somebody doesn't really know what they're doing mechanically, it might take a bit longer, i.e. me. But yeah, the idea is to get them hoses fitted so she doesn't leak water anymore, and hopefully take the lift kit off and get some tyres changed. The same tyres, just a bit smaller. A costly mistake by me. Okay, so firstly, managed to get this hose off pretty quick. As you can see there is the damage, absolutely spewing out with water. The hose that I used to fix the problem wasn't actually the correct hose, we just made it up from another engine. DIY at its best. I didn't do all the things that I said I was going to do, partly because, in a nice way, let's put it in a nice way, Josh said, stop being so wet, get on with it, and deal with the problems when they come. And with those wise words from Josh and Andy, I decided not to take the lift kit off for now, just the new tyres on. Also, while I was there, Josh cut me a new key, as mine had been through the washing machine. As always, thanks to those guys for helping me out again. So, back to the trip. As I got into it, I realised I'd spent a lot of time down in the Cotswolds recently, so a trip further north of home is definitely on the cards very soon. Any suggestions on where you'd like to see our next adventure, then why don't you put those ideas in the comments. This isn't to say that I won't be back in the Cotswolds, I most certainly will. It's a lovely place, great for families and great places to visit. As I said before, the purpose of this trip was actually for me to be at work. But I'm killing two birds with one stone, getting a bit of content for you guys and myself. I am enjoying creating all these videos for you guys and hopefully giving some inspiration on your own travels. Next up, a man's got to eat, so the hunt for somewhere to eat. We came across this place close to where we were staying, the Old Fisherman in Shabbington, Aylesbury. Just good old pub food, and it was nice and the service was great. So on to where we stayed. I found this accommodation on Airbnb. It's an annex to somebody's house, hosted by Madeline, who was very helpful and very welcoming. The place was clean and tidy and had everything you needed for a couple of nights away. Situated just 20 to 25 minutes drive from the centre of Oxford, tucked away in the Oxfordshire countryside. Then it was on to the job, and at about 26 degrees it was far too hot to be wearing a full suit, but needs must. The college even has its very own deer park on site. I'm not sure what these guys thought to Rizzle Kicks blasting out at 2:30 in the morning. The young'uns at this place were relentless and didn't finish up until 6 AM. I was spent. So managed to have a couple of hours sleep after that job, but some very arrogant young people, shall we say. That's not a bit of me, that. So anyway, so we're going to make a little visit on his way home and yeah, see what it's all about, see what the hype's all about. So the place we decided to go and visit was around about 30 to 40 minutes drive away from where we were staying. A place of which most of you, I'm sure, are pretty familiar with through the telly. Yes, it's the Farmer's Dog, featured on Clarkson's farm. As we'd not booked a table a year in advance, and partly it was 9:30 in the morning, we just turned up and looked around the tent and got a bite to eat from the farmer's puppy. Of course, I couldn't leave without purchasing any bee juice and any other sort of souvenirs. Not too sure about this one though. Once we'd taken it all in and took a seat, sat down to have the breakfast of champions. Bacon and egg sarnie from the farmer's puppy and some Hawkston black stout. And yes, on the black stuff before 10 o'clock. After I'd let that good stuff settle, I decided to go take a drive around the countryside in the hunt for these breathtaking views that Jeremy Clarkson talks about of the Cotswolds countryside. And you know what? He wasn't joking. There really is some fantastic views of the Cotswolds. And whilst we were local, we thought we'd drop into the farm shop on the way home. Stuck on the side of the old lambing shed, I saw this thing of beauty. You Reds! Queuing for the shop, you were queuing a couple of hours, but round the back you could get food and drink, and I treated us to some frozen cow juice. This wet patch actually serves a very good cause. It's to raise awareness for gynecological cancers for the Lady Garden Foundation. The QR code at the bottom is to give people the opportunity to make a donation whilst visiting the farm shop. And there we have it, guys, quick little trip out. Again, working, endless amounts of work at the minute, but we'll try and mingle the two, and eventually I will get out and do my own thing and go on my own little adventure. As always, thanks ever so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And we've got the tent box primed, ready to go, ready for the next adventure. I'll see you there.